In this lecture, we are going to go over some definitions. That way the terminologies we use in the course are clearly understood. If you are already used to using Gen AI, you can skip ahead to the next lecture. Let's start with prompt engineering. That is exactly what it sounds like. You engineer a prompt. It is really just how you talk to a Gen AI chatbot, so it gives you the output that you want. If you ask a vague question, you likely get a vague answer. The better your question, the better the response you get. That is all that prompt engineering is. It is about being precise in what you ask, so the Gen AI actually understands what you're after. Now, what is Gen AI or Generative Artificial Intelligence? It's a tool that, generates stuff. That can be text, images, coding snippets, or many other things. It replies based on whatever you ask it to do and the type of generative AI it is. You ask a question, then you get a response, and you can then refine it by asking follow-ups. That back and forth is where the magic happens. You're not trying to be perfect with your first prompt. You iterate, meaning you refine what you are asking for. Now, what can you actually do with it? The answer is a lot. You can generate content, summarize long documents, answer questions, get translations, analyze images, and 50 other things. It's collaborative, not clairvoyant. It doesn't know what you mean unless you tell it. That's key. It also has some limitations. It is not great with massive video files, and it is not always good at understanding nuance or tone, yet. Knowing what it can't do is just as important as knowing what it can. Gen AI hallucinates. In AI terms, that is when it gives you an answer that sounds right, but it isn't. I have seen it say that rocks are good to eat, glue is great for sauce, or elevators go sideways. This happens because the Gen AIs often are trained on all the information on the internet, trying to predict what the right answer to your question is. The internet has a ton of amazing knowledge, but it also has a ton of bad data. The Gen AI is not lying. It is simply telling you what it thinks is the most likely answer to your question. So, how do you handle hallucinations? It is relatively simple. You need to fact-check anything important. Do not just copy-paste something into an official document without verifying it. Ask the Gen AI to verify its output and ask it to cite its sources. Treat it like a junior analyst. It can do a lot, but it still needs oversight. Gen AI is an amazing, wonderful, powerful tool. But just like any tool, it's only as good as the person using it and the job you're using it for. So you need to make sure you ask the exact right questions. That way, you get the answers you're looking for. And with that, we are done with this lecture. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next one, where we look at some of the different models of Gen AI.